will tell you what happened to the internet on my computer and what might happen to you and how to fix it, how to figure it out, what's happening. So I started to have this sign of the Earth sign next to the Windows, the one next to the time on Windows 11. And there was no network connection, websites would not open, everything was off. And then this was on startup, and then it would be okay. It would show like normal. And I would browse the internet, and then it was off again. And sometimes when I was uploading some videos, the speed was like half of the speed. It's usually 70 megabytes per second, the speed. And then when these issues were happening many times, I would even see like 10 megabytes per second upload speed. And I thought something is wrong with the computer, or something was wrong with the network. So the steps to figure it out, first, because I have two Wi-Fi points. I have the Wi-Fi point here, which is a Huawei router working as an access point mode, more like a repeater mode, bridge. And then there is a main router, Asus, connected directly to the ISP fiber. So I get internet through fiber optic GPON, and it's like really, it would be very unusual for the internet through fiber to have problems like this for a few days, even a whole week, 2 weeks. I think I had this problem. It was I left it because it was coming and going. And eventually, slowly, I started to try different things. So first, I tried to connect the mobile internet to the other point and check the speed. And on some days, the speed was low on the Wi-Fi here also on this router. And I connected to the other point and it was okay. Like 200, the speed 250 megabytes per second. On some days it was lower, like 70, 100. I think those were maybe not related, these problems. And it was happening many times that the computer here would not have internet, but the phone connected to the same router, the same box, one box that gives the Wi-Fi and also gives the cable to the computer. And the computer had no internet and the phone was okay, the mobile was okay. So then I thought maybe it's this Huawei box, Huawei router. Is it recording? I think it is. I thought it was the Huawei router, the box. So eventually I put because I have an old Gigabit Ethernet switch. So before I had everything connected, so just to explain to you, I have the GPON internet that connects to the Asus router, which brings to another room through the wall a cable, Ethernet cable, Cat5e, and then that cable is plugged into the wall here behind me. There is a socket on the wall. From this wall it goes to the Huawei router, and from the Huawei router all the cables here on the computer or any optional laptop cable, they were coming from that router. This is the setup, and the weak points were the Huawei router, this connection on the wall that sometimes if I unplug it maybe it gets moved or something, and the connection on the Asus router on the other side. So I added the Gigabit Ethernet switch, which I know I had it for a long time and it's working all the time. It was working, but I decided to not use it now because it was not really necessary. I could use Ethernet from the Huawei router and the Wi-Fi also. I put back the Gigabit Ethernet switch back there. And now from the wall cable behind me, it goes into the switch. There is one connection goes into the switch, and then one connection goes to the router for wireless internet, and no other cable, and all the other cables are connected to this Ethernet switch. So I thought all good. Turns out the computer still had the problems. So that was really weird. And only then I remembered that I had some problems like this in the past when the Ethernet cable was too close to the power adapter, power electricity point, or when it was coiled too tight. One time I had problem, it was coiled really like too tight like this, and I think it was doing some induction interference. I have no idea with the power line, but then it was not working. As soon as I made it a bit looser, it was okay. But these cables, this time, these cables are cut 6 cables with the nice colors on them, cut 6 cables, and they now they are cut 6 cables, and I got them. They were like I didn't buy them. They were a reject from, I don't know why they were not used. And maybe now I realize that there was a reason why they were not used. They were brand new. I didn't pay for them. I got them for free. And probably there was something wrong with these cables. Brand new cables, unused. But maybe there was something wrong about them, or maybe it's just the way I had the cables routed through next to the power line. But I checked again now. These colored cables, the green and the orange one, I tried both of them and they both had the same problem, even through the Ethernet switch, As soon as I got just some generic, this black cable, I got this black cable, a generic one, which it came with, I think this one came with the ISP, the fiber box, one of the boxes. It's not Cat 6, but it's Cat 5e, and it's still fine for Gigabit Ethernet. And by the way, the link on the computer, the Ethernet link, instead of showing 1 gigabits per second, it was dropping to 100 sometimes. And also one of the tests I was doing was to have a ping to Google, constant ping, and a ping to the router here, to the box there. And then I saw that when the Google, it had sometimes the packet was timing out, like one ping out of 50. And then the ping from Google was timing out, but also the ping from the router there. So then I started pinging from the computer. I started pinging the Huawei router here. When it was directly connected, it was after I connected it through it was before I added the switch. Before I added the switch, I was pinging the Huawei router, and it was timing out also here, the router, this in bridge mode. So it was either something wrong with the Huawei router, that's why I added the switch, or the cable to the computer from the switch, from the router to the computer was bad. And I added the switch, the same cable, and it was still a problem. And when I changed the cable, it was all fine. Now it's all fine, all working good. I was thinking to record those steps on the video then, but I was really, like when you don't have internet, you really want it to work. During this video, I show you how each one is set up, and actually out of all the cables coming out from this switch, there's only 2 used, one for the printer, one for the computer, but in reality only one is used. The other ones they're just optional. And now with the faster Ethernet, with the faster wireless, it's easier to just have connected to the Wi-Fi. Even if you have a laptop connected, it's much easier than plugging in a network cable. Actually, the speed through the Wi-Fi, it's fast enough to reach the speed of the provider. The provider speed now, it's 250 megabytes per second download, and I think 80 megabytes per second, or 70 upload, or 60 I think. But it goes up and down. Sometimes it's higher than the advertised. So I'm really happy with the ISP. It's in Cyprus, it's CableNet. So if you are from Cyprus, you know CableNet is pretty good. I mean, especially on fiber. So yeah, it's not a regular connection. I think they added a special case to connect through fiber, but the ping is very good, always stable, everything is great. I had PrimeTel before. PrimeTel was also fine even through the Wi-Fi, microwave. They had a microwave link. They like to call it fiber, but eventually air fiber, they were calling it air fiber. But every time when I was talking to PrimeTel, I had to ask them specifically if it's glass fiber. This keyword was glass. You had to make them say the word glass. Is it glass fiber, a cable? No, it's through the air, through a microwave link. Yeah, this was PrimeTel. Now it's a glass fiber, old GPON connection, works perfectly. And it was really a shame to have the computer upload at half the speed, a quarter of the speed, just because the cable was bad. And I think it really was the cable. And I want to try now. I want to try actually to put them, to put those cables and see if the problem still happens. And I think I will put the wires back into the I think I'll put the wires back into the Huawei router and turn off the Ethernet switch, because there's no point to keep two devices. I mean, I don't have so many requirements for this. The Huawei switch works perfectly. Gigabit, fast internet, all great. So let's see. We'll see now if I can recreate the problem for you and show you what happens with this thing. I hope this video helps you, and if you have problems with your network that it's on and off like this, the first thing to do is restart all the devices, unplug and plug back in all the cables involved. Usually it could happen that you just have to unplug the cable and plug it back in, and even restart the device if it's like this. And you ping the devices between them through the network, the local network. And if you have ping in the local network, but not outside, like not to Google, then it's the ISP, and you have to restart the box from the ISP. But I will restart the box from the ISP from the beginning, everything restart, and unplug the cables, and then try it from there, so you don't waste time with contacting support and waiting for answers. If you have ping in the local area, in the LAN, in the local network, but not outside on Google, you contact the ISP to their support and tell them your problem, and they should get it fixed or help you to troubleshoot it. It depends on your setup. If you have a username and password, PPOE connection, or if you have different requirements, IP, maybe you change some settings, you change your internet box. Could be a lot of things going wrong, but usually the ISP can get it sorted. And if they can't get it sorted through the phone, they will send someone to your home to check their setup. Also, it helps to compare the results, the connectivity between wireless and Ethernet, and if you can connect directly to the ISP router, to the Wi-Fi of the ISP router, that's the best, because if that doesn't work, then for sure nothing else would work. But if that works and yours is not working, it's not their problem, it's a problem with your own network, so you have to check some things, maybe replace a few cables, or even replace a few boxes. Some wireless routers can go bad because of the heat, and like they're running all the time non-stop, so it's not unheard of to have to replace wireless routers. They're not expensive these days, they're pretty cheap. The switch actually is working pretty well now, so I'm not sure if I should keep it as it is or put it all on the Huawei box. Tell me in the comment section below, what should I do? Keep the switch and the route? What should I do? Tell me in the comment section below. Keep the switch, the Ethernet switch plus the Huawei router as a Wi-Fi access point only, or use the built-in Ethernet switch, Gigabit switch of the Huawei router, and have only one box here other than the box on the ISP side. Thanks for watching. This is a lot of talk. Okay. You got any problems? Or any problems with the internet? Write in the comment section below. Maybe, I don't know if I could. It's difficult to sort things out, to figure out what's the problem with your setup. But maybe if you had any problems with the internet, write in the comment section below if you had any problems with the internet, write in the comment section below what happened, why what was not working and how you sorted it out, or if you didn't fix it, how you checked so far what's working and what's not working. Maybe I could try to help you, or someone else could help you. Anyone could answer any questions. We can try to help each other. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's check. Okay, now it seems to be working with the orange cable. So maybe it was really the power line. That green one is a bit twisted. Maybe because it was like that. I will keep them nearby to be able to switch between them. But Cat 5.6, Cat 6 orange cable looks like it's working after. Okay, so I'll put it back. Maybe when it's coiled like that, then it starts to have issues. I don't know. We will see. There is this IKEA power adapter is far from them. Only there at the back, maybe they were coiled too tight. The ping seems to be okay so far. Exterior, I don't know why it says no network access here, because there is network access. As long as you see the outgoing and incoming packets numbers getting updated, it should be pretty good. So yeah, it could have been the cable was coiled too tight around there. Anyway, unplugging the cable and plugging it back in, or rearranging the position of the cable, something to check at. I'll keep it like this with the switch for now. See, maybe it was really the problem with the access point. I have to keep the access point a bit higher there to have good Wi-Fi signal. It's only one Ethernet cable connected to it to bring access to internet from the switch here. And from the switch it goes to the wall there. And from the wall it goes to the other router in the other room. And then to the ISP. So I think it's okay. It's okay for now. If I have any other problem again, I will switch to the black cable, and that's all. Thanks for watching.